Day, the day after, February 15th, 2023. Chris, you getting you all ready for? Well, you're already engaged, right? So you have a fiance. So
Yeah.
did you get married again? Did you get married for the first time? Did you get re-engaged? Did you do one piece of spaghetti? One piece of spaghetti, two sets of lips.
Yeah, but you got mad when I ripped the piece of spaghetti out and finished it myself. So.
Slap a little butter on that.
She got a little bit upset. She's holding her fork and knife and looking at me like, what the hell? No, it was a good day, though. I mean, needed that after not getting any love from any of the teams I backed on the premium side. That's for damn sure. So, it's okay. New day. Looking forward to it. And I still got lots of chocolate to keep me happy, too. So, can't complain about that.
Today is the day you're supposed to go buy the chocolate because you get like 70% off, 80% off. Today is should be like the new Valentine's Day on the 4/15th. That way you get the discount on everything. Because they just try to unload it all. Quick, get it today.
It's a nice day for it.
If you like chocolate, today is definitely a nice day. Quick, get out. 70% off everywhere.
Yeah, Romanelli works for Vegas. He went 2-3 in his Ron's bank shot breakdown. Of course, he was 3-0 in his premium picks, but damn to be him. 2-3. Yeah, and you know the one he lost, Chris, the one that made it 2-3 instead of 3-2. It was that San Jose State.
Yeah,
he was trash talking him on the show yesterday again.
Oh, no.
Tim Miles, my guy, and Ed Cooley. He lost on both of my guys. President of the Ed Cooley fan club.
San Jose's done you good for a while now.
Just imagine Ron shouting at the TV, "Curse you, Ed Cooley!"
Ed Cooley. Double OT. An extra 10 minutes of Cooley for all of us.
He's on his knees shouting at the sky, "Cooley!"
Dear Mitch, extra 10 minutes of Cooley. Happy Valentine's Day. Love FS1.
Thanks for all you do. Smiley face XOXO.
10 minutes of extra Cooley for you.
Normally they charge you extra for that, especially on Valentine's Day.
That was bonus.
Cooley's like one of those coaches when they do the handshakes after the game. Like he has the short discussion with each player on the other team. It's not just the handshake, like moving down the line. He has the short discussion and then the bro hug, like with each guy.
He just walks through. You shave your beard. Where's the best hot dog outside of here?
It's like when you go to your left, what you want to do is coaching them up. Like, but I noticed when you go to your left,
That's when he does the same thing to the coach. You got to go to the left. You got to.
He's got the whiteboard out. Cooley's like whiteboarding after the game.
You see,
still coaching.
Out of nowhere, you see Mick Cronin come out, look at him, and rip the whiteboard out of his hands and storm off. It's mine, you son of a bitch.
Cool. It's like when you walk to the locker room, you want to keep your head forward. You want to keep your eyes in your face and pointed forward.
Always take the bathroom stall with the toilet seat cover.
Yes. Toilet paper over, not under. Over.
Put the cover and then put the wads of toilet paper.
You gotta slap it on one square at a time. It's like
Cool, he's got the whiteboard. He's diagramming
He's diagramming it up, right? That's not how you lay the toilet paper. You lay it like this.
Not Cooley's not yelling. It's a very coachable moment. He only yells at the refs. He's coaching it. I guess John Wooden, his first day of practice, he taught everyone how to put socks on and lace up their shoes every year. That was his big thing. First day of practice. This is how you put on a sock. This is how you lace up your shoes. That would be the first practice every year. UCLA. Lost one game in 8 years. Crazy. Anyways. Meanwhile, I'm making up for all the rest of them. I never win. All right. Worked for Vegas. I did work at the Ben and Jerry's at Casino Royale until it closed down. Yeah, last time I was in Vegas, I go over to Casino Royale to grab a Ben and Jerry's. It's not there. It's like, what? What just happened here? It's like been there
you
forever.
stopped coming. We ran out of money.
It's been there forever. Wow, YouTube now has music you can play. Licensed music. Maybe it should be me singing. Waiting
What do we
in
sing?
line to see. That was yesterday's song.
You gotta,
That was yesterday's song. We gotta find a new one for today. Waiting in line to see the show. Now. Every glow.
I listened to that actually.
It's such a good song, right?
Like, hey,
It's so
Google, play
good.
Red Hot Chili Peppers on Spotify.
It's got to be like one of my top 20, you know? It's got to be in my top 20, that song. I don't know why. I think because they really like it, you know?
God, if I had to think of top 20, I gotta have at least, I think, 4 Chili Pepper songs in there.
Yeah, that one's definitely one of them for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just think that they love that song, you know? It's like, do you ever see the carpool karaoke? It's like, they love that song, you know? They love that song.
I think I gotta put Californication in there, too.
Yep. I used that one on the on my dog of the day when I took the Lakers one time and it hit. Yesterday I took Wyoming. I played Dead or Alive. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm
Wanted, dead or alive.
Can I request Carry On Wayward Son if you ever do Kansas as a dog of the day?
Well, who do we got today? I haven't done today's, so we could do it. You know, it could be done.
They're not, I think they played yesterday.
Yeah, they weren't a dog though, but they're never a dog, right?
Yeah, I know.
We could do Kansas State.
They got their butts kicked yesterday too.
Who could we do as dog of the day?
Kansas City.
I don't even.
The Ruse.
I tell you, there's a lot of dogs out there I like today. So. All right, got NBA. We'll get back to it. Waiting in line to see the show. I'm the rollerblading. Heavy glow. It's like some old man listening to Chili Peppers, rollerblading. All I need is the headband. The John McEnroe headband. How about that real estate guy winning that match in the tennis tournament? That's nuts. It's like you get to called in sick or wins, makes the paper. It's got to fess up. Had all kinds of stuff like that this year. The lifeguard that was on duty surfed the eddy on his lunch break and won.
And won. Right.
It's like,
hold on, I got to go to lunch break.
Charlotte against the Spurs, two crap teams. Pacers against the Bulls. Sixers against... We should come up with theme songs for every team. Sixers against the Cavaliers. And the Hawks against the Knicks. We all know it. We all know what the Knicks would be. I'm back in the New York groove.
Thought you were going to go with Empire State of Mind.
The Jay-Z version?
Yeah.
There's also New York State of Mind, Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
Also good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have an Empire State of Mind for that one. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Hawks there.
What would your song be then for the Hawks?
For the Hawks?
Going to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me.
I'm trying to think. I'll come back to it. I'll have something, but I like the Hawks there.
I like when Steve Miller tries to solve the world's problems.
With a song. Steve, we just had the Exxon Valdez oil spill. How are you going to solve this?
How's the people living in the streets? Oh, there's a solution. And his solution is that he's going to fly like an eagle.
Like an eagle.
Fly like an eagle. It's like, how is that a solution? It's like,
what are you going to do? Fly
feed the
like
people.
An eagle. Where are you going to go?
Don't have enough to eat. How's the children without shoes on the feet? Living in the street. Oh, there's a solution. And his solution is
like an eagle.
we're talking about, we're trying to apply a theme song for every team. It's the Atlanta Hawks. We're struggling. We're into Eagles. All right, Chris, back to the game.
All right. Yes, all right. I'm going to take the Hawks against the Knicks. I think the Hawks just slightly better team. They have the advantage inside as far as I'm concerned with Clint Capella. Mitchell Robinson still nursing that finger injury, and I just don't see Jericho Sims or Isaiah Hartenstein having the same success inside, and can't rely on Julius Randle to be able to do everything. So I think Atlanta just a more balanced team. Excuse me. I think Atlanta gets the job done here, and I'm going to take the Indiana Pacers. They haven't had a ton of breaks go their way. They're just 1-9 in their last 10. But right now, the Chicago Bulls team has just stopped scoring. 91 points or less in 3 of their last 4 games. And the Indiana Pacers, they've struggled with defense, but I don't think they'll struggle with defense here. I think the Pacers get the win. They're only laying 2.5. I'll take the Pacers.
Rod?
And you look at that Bulls and Pacers game. You look at the Bulls, just as Chris said, they've been struggling to score, averaging 95 points a game over their last 3. Indiana only averages 111 points a game over their last 3. And the injuries, no DeRozan for the Bulls in this one. And just too many. This looks like the first to 100 wins this one. Bulls 5 straight unders. Pacers 5 straight unders at home. 20-7 in the last 27 meetings to the under. Take the under Bulls. Pacers.
Hawks.
And the other one.
Yeah, Hawks would be the Hawks would be Atlanta, Little Feet.
If I'm going newer generation, I'm going Welcome to Atlanta, Jermaine Dupri.
All right. I think we could have 2 songs.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
We're not limited to one.
Not limited. We have no limits. I find limits limiting.
Interesting theory.
All right, Rod. Read off some trends that we don't care about some more. Let's go.
All right, in that Atlanta and Knicks game, you look, Atlanta's been averaging 126 points a game over their last three. The Knicks 119 points a game in their last three, and thanks to Jalen Brunson, who's been ripping it up, scoring above his average the last four games. He scored 40 last time out for the Knicks, so love the over in this one. As Atlanta 9-4 the over there after scoring 125 plus points in the previous game. There's a track meet in this one. Love the over. Take the over. Pacers or Knicks Hots.
I like the over on how many times Rod is going to say take the over in this pick.
Nope, no more. Take Jalen Brunson over his point total. He's hit 4 straight of those over 26.5 points. 26.5 points. Is the over
6.5 times that Rod has said it. Take the over.
4 times. 4 straight
over 26.5.
No, not that many.
That's well. It felt like 27.5 over here. It's a lot of take the overs. It's like Johnny 2 times in Goodfellas. Take the over. Take the over. Get the papers. Get the papers. Get the papers. Get the papers. Cleveland. Well, of course, there's Ohio. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Pretty good for Cavaliers. Be a strong contender for the Cavaliers song. Or Huey Lewis in the News. The heart of rock and roll is still beating. And then, of course, there's Cleveland Rocks.
Right. Cleveland Rocks.
The heart of rock and roll is still beating. Yep, I hate all these games. I'd maybe go for the Hawks. I don't care what Ruffalo wants to call their song. I like the Sixers against the Cavaliers as well. Because they're the better team. Brooklyn Nets against Miami Heat. There's a lot of songs with those teams in it. We got a lot of ways to go with Heat and Brooklyn. We're gonna be here a while. Same with Boston. Love that dirty water. Oh, Boston, my home.
Detroit Rock City.
Yeah. Detroit Rock City would definitely be Detroit. And then we got OKC and Houston Rockets. Chris, what do you think?
There's a couple I like
of
here.
The songs and the games.
I'm just going to say I've got more than a feeling that I think Boston's going to be able to take down Detroit in this one.
You think they'll be feeling satisfied after that one?
Yeah, I was torn between those two. I decided to go with more than a feeling. You can take whoever you want out of this Boston lineup. It just seems like it's just a next man up mentality. They were missing Jaylen Brown last time out. They're going to miss him for the foreseeable future. You got Jaylen Brown questionable for this. Jason Tatum questionable for this game. But I don't think it matters. The Celtics, I think, just a better team. Covered the last 5 games. I think they take it to the Pistons here. And welcome to Miami. I'm going to take the Miami Heat. You know, they're just. I think they're just a better team. They always seem to step up in these spots against some of the better teams. I think the Brooklyn Nets are still trying to figure out what they have. They've got a nice roster without necessarily a star player, but I just think that the Miami Heat, still have their best players in the lineup, even though their injury list seems to be a mile long. So I think Miami gets the job done on the road here. So I'm taking the Miami Heat.
Rod?
For me, those ones, I love the Jazz here. This is just too many points for Memphis to cover here. Jazz covered 7 straight games versus the Southwest Division, are a solid 10-2 ATS their last 12 games versus a team with a winning record. Jazz also 4-1 ATS in their previous 5 road games. We look at Memphis, 4-9 ATS in their last 13 games, 1-4 ATS in their previous 5 games after allowing 100 plus points. And the Jazz 3-0 ATS the last 3 versus Memphis all this year. So I'm going to take Jazz plus the points in that one. Another one I like out of those 4.
Done?
I'm done.
Oh, maybe the Celtics will get some peace of mind. When all is said and done.
These are the shows. These are the shows I live for. Is when I can finally pull out the music puns.
I mean, Detroit's got everything, man. Because I think you could also go with bands from the city, you know?
Yeah.
For these songs. So, like, you got the full Eminem library, you know, for Detroit.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Kid Rock, American Badass. Bob Seger. There's some good Detroit bands.
Definitely some good Detroit bands.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Took a midnight train, going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Yep. Went there, Chris. Took me a while. It took the long way home on that one, but
you crazy son of a bitch.
I was gonna get there one way or another. It's like if you don't remember where in the song it is, you just go the full song until you get to that specific word. I learned that from On Top of Spaghetti. It's like you ever play like the song game like with people. It's like it's gotta have the word floor in it. It's like I don't remember where the song is, but somewhere that meatball rolls on the floor and not on top of spaghetti song.
Where do they say anything about the 5-second rule?
It always comes back to On Top of Spaghetti. Walking in Memphis is always a good song. You know? But I think the Grizz are going to get walked on in Memphis by the Jazz. I was listening to Miles Davis when I was rollerblading. You ever listen to Miles Davis?
No.
Well, I suggest not to be driving when listening to Miles Davis because you'll just get lost. Like, he's all of a sudden like, jamming. He's like going berserk. It's like, where the hell am I? Yep, it happens. It's like you get all carried away. It's like when you listen to Miles Davis, it's kind of like you can tell like he doesn't know where he's going next, you know, but he knows he's going there. Good stuff. Awesome. Really, it's like, you know, it's kind of outside of my stuff that I would normally listen to, but I love it when I do. Yeah, got lost for 4 hours. Listened to 15-minute Miles Davis song. Where the hell are we? I don't know, but that was a hell of a song. What song was it? No idea. I like the Heat against the Nets. We didn't do the OKC, the Memphis Jazz. We did OKC and Rockets.
We did the Jazz. We did the 4 there, didn't we?
No, it's just 3.
No, I thought you
Then
said
we were gonna do 3 and
yeah,
3.
Memphis.
Oh, got Memphis and the Jazz, the Nuggets and Dallas, and Lakers against Pelicans. Speaking of Dallas, Jay Briggs said his video will be up shortly. He had internet problems this morning also, by osmosis. Same as mine. Chris, got any good John Denver songs for us?
I don't, but I think the Pelicans going to be walking in LA and then walking out with a win in that one. I like the Pelicans plus the points. I just think that, despite all their issues, they're playing the better basketball. They're 4-1 in their last 5. The Lakers, on the flip side, 1-4 in their last 5. Defense continues to be an issue for the Lakers, and even if they're at full strength for this game, I think LeBron James once again questionable, taking up rent on the injury list. I still think that the Lakers are in trouble defensively. I think at worst, this is a close game if the Pels don't win outright. So give me the Pelicans plus the points.
And we'll go the other way. I just don't trust the Pelicans on the road. So I'm going to think the Lakers lay the points on that one. I think New Orleans is a sinking man, and I don't want to swim. So I'll take the Lakers in that one.
I like the Lakers against the Pelicans. Pelicans screwed me the other night against the Thunder. I had the Thunder in that game. I lost.
New Orleans is sinking, man, and I don't want to swim. Swim!
I don't know that song.
Oh, you don't know that one?
No.
Tragically Hip. Canadian.
Who?
Tragically Hip.
Tragic.
You got to check it out. Yep. New Orleans is the name of the song. New Orleans is sinking, man, and I don't want to swim. Swim!
Is that country bullshit?
No, it's a Canadian. No.
Is that why we don't know it?
Canadian rock band.
Rock? Canadian rock? There's only one Canadian rock band. Starts with an R, ends with an H, US in the middle. Rush. That's it. Begins and ends. The discussion's over.
Mm-hmm.
There's no comeback for that one, is there?
I think I got nothing.
I got nothing. Got nothing. It's closer to the heart. Nothing's closer to the heart than Rush. 10 extra minutes of Cooley for everyone. Ed, do we get 10 more from you? I'm here all night. I got nothing else to do. Is there any NHL today?
6-pack.
All right, Chris, any of these 6? Toronto's minus 610.
You're kidding me.
6-10.
I didn't look at the...
6-10. Burns is giving it out as a premium over at Wager Talk for $100.
Yeah, you know what? I said this even before. I think I even gave this out in the video yesterday. I'm taking the Blackhawks plus 1.5. I think you might as well take a shot on the money line at that price too. I mean, how many times have we seen these heavy favorites fall this season? And Chicago's actually covered 10 straight on the puck line against Toronto. So, yeah, normally I want my Leafs to win as many times as possible. This price is ridiculous. I'm taking the Blackhawks plus the 1.5 in that one. I'm also going to lean towards the Coyotes plus the 1.5. I think it's a sleepy spot for Tampa Bay. They just played a really tough game against Colorado yesterday. I just don't know if they'll get up for the Arizona Coyotes. I know the Lightning are the far better team here, but I think maybe the Coyotes could keep this one close, maybe even steal it. So give me the Coyotes plus 1.5 there too.
Minus 610.
I can't believe that.
You got to take the Blackhawks on principle alone. I mean, what's the puck line on something like that?
I think it was last I checked, when it was around minus 500 or minus 510, it was Chicago plus 1.5 at plus 150.
Why is it so high?
Actually, they think that Toronto's going to kick the crap out of Chicago.
Why?
No.
They don't kick the crap out of anyone but themselves. What is every time there's a big line in the NHL, it usually goes the dog wins out, right?
Yeah.
What is
usually, yeah.
What is the angle there? I mean, is Chicago like playing a high school team or something tonight?
Well, Jonathan Taves, I think, is out. Patrick Kane wants out of Chicago.
You mean because they tolerated his bullshit when he was coming up?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
For all those years of tolerating his crap has been forgotten. Is that why?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bastard.
And Austin Matthews, I think, could be back for Toronto. I think he's listed as probable, actually, but not minus 610.
Maybe 605.
Yeah, maybe.
Six.
You gotta drive me down to 600 before I'll even consider it.
You ever listen to The Night Chicago Died? You know that song?
No.
The Night Chicago
You gotta listen to it because, like, when you listen to it now, you know, the vocals are just, I mean, crazy. They're like so overdone, like 70s bell bottom, white bell bottoms with white shoes.
Oh, what a night it really was! Oh, the night Chicago died. Yeah.
Anything else here on this slate of crap? Anything else on the shingle? besides the obvious.
I like the Wild here against the Avs. You know, the Wild. Both teams on the back-to-back here in this one, and I just don't trust Colorado. Look at the way they folded up and then gave Boston just handed that win over to Tampa Bay last night. Colorado had the lead and just handed it over, folded like a cheap tent. I think they do again here. Give me the Wild at home in that one. And I agree with Chris. Take the 1.5, or also take the under in Tampa Bay and Arizona. I think goals coming at premium in that one. Coyotes haven't been lighting the lamp, and defense that comes to play in Tampa Bay in that one. Take the under 6.5 there.
Taking the Blackhawks at least on the puck line. At least
really
on the puck line.
Really tempted to take Detroit. That first game back at home after that long road trip for the Oilers. They haven't fared so well at home recently. I think the plus 1.5 might be a good shot there, or even Detroit outright.
Sabres on the puck line for me. The Blackhawks on the puck line. Doesn't get any easier than that. Sabres on the puck line. I'm going to say it right here. Stone cold lock. Layup. Thank me later. Thank Mitchy Pucks for that one later. Puck line. Easy. It was easy. So easy. So easy, man. I also like the Rangers on the puck line. So, Birdcage. Rangers puck line, Buffalo puck line, Blackhawks puck line. What's the safest underdog today, NBA or NHL? It is the safest underdog is the Blackhawks on the puck line. Easy money. Safe. It's a very safe bet. Because everyone knows. No one chokes up. No one chokes on it like the Maple Leafs. Can't spell choke without Maple Leafs. Go to college hoops. Florida versus Ole Miss. Speaking of chokers. Tennessee against Alabama. Rhode Island against VCU. Oh, VCU. Spelled it wrong. Watch some of those other channels. Start making words up. So I did my TikTok props on YouTube today also as a short. This was suggested to me to do this, so I did it. So they're out there. Same thing, my same TikTok video is also on YouTube as a short. Making notes to watch it, Chris. Mental note.
Taking it down right now.
I got it right here. Fordham against St. Bonaventure. Duquesne versus St. Joe's. LaSalle against Richmond. Georgia Tech versus Virginia Tech. Rolling with Tech in that one.
I think so.
You got. I stuffed you with that St. Francis game tomorrow. Stuffed them. It's like, sorry, all the other games are taken. Left it blank.
Wait a minute. It's tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, you.
2 o'clock start, so you can't ditch out on it. Yep. St. Francis versus St. Francis.
I quit.
I'm all over St. Francis in that one. There's no song for that game. Oh, there is, actually. It's called Double Vision by Foreigner. Fill my eyes with that double vision. Clemson versus Florida State. Louisville's taking on Virginia. Vermont's against New Hampshire. It's bring a jacket. Bryant versus UMass. You're going to want to bring a sweater to that Vermont New Hampshire game. Take a sweater with you. Albany versus UMBC. And Lehigh versus Navy. Chris, that's pretty freaking exciting right there.
Yeah, you're going to have to hold me back.
Now you got village people in the Navy.
Oh, no.
In the Navy. 7 seas in the Navy. I don't know too much.
Yeah, now the crossover's gone too far.
Well, we have crossed over into disco.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, we want you as a new recruit. For the Navy or for the village people? Which one? Both.
Because I can do both. I just need to make sure I bring the right. I'm gonna take the Vermont Catamounts here, laying the points against New Hampshire. New Hampshire won the first meeting this season, but historically Vermont has beaten New Hampshire like a drum, and they're the better team at home here. I think Vermont gets some revenge in that one, so give me Vermont there.
I think that one's going to be better on acid. I just got that feeling. You know, it's one of those games. I've been to both those schools, and everyone knows what that usually means. So I can pretty much tell you that one's going to be better on acid.
I'm not going to doubt you on it. The other one I like
experience.
The other one I like is Fordham laying the points against St. Bonaventure. This Fordham team's just been lights out at home. 15-2 straight up, 11-6 against the number. St. Bonnie's, they've done a good job winning games in spots on the road, but this isn't one of them. This Fordham team I still think is stacked, even though they haven't had a dominant A10 season. So give me Fordham laying the points in that one.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to go the other way. I like New Hampshire plus the points in that one against Vermont. I don't think Vermont's going to win by 12 and a half points. They couldn't even be. It was
Is this
67
with
to
the
6.
acid or without the acid?
Depends whose Gatorade jug has the acid in it. Might get very interesting in that game. But I think New Hampshire with the better defense in that one. They won the earlier meeting 67-60, and now Vermont's supposed to come back and win by 13. I just don't see it. I think Vermont comes back and gets the win. It's Vermont minus 12 and a half here. Yeah, I don't see it. They're not winning by 13. I'm going to take New Hampshire plus the points in that one. Vermont wins by like 8, not 12 and a half. And the other one I like Alabama.
Win by 12 and a half?
Nope. Not going to do it. I also like Alabama plus the points against Tennessee. Two teams going in opposite directions. Alabama 9-1 in their last 10, and Tennessee 0-4 ATS their last 4.
Alabama.
1-3 straight up is Tennessee, and no chance for Tennessee to get the SEC title in that one now. So I'm going to go with Alabama. Roll the underdog 5-1 ATS the last 6 meetings between these two. Maybe they're begging you to take Alabama, but I'm going to take it. Give me Alabama over Tennessee in that one. Two out of those ones.
I'll take Clemson against Florida State. I think they'll light them up. Clemson hasn't been playing at their best recently, but they are tough at home. Florida State, I've given up on them this season, and I kind of enjoyed it too. You know, it's like some teams just you go down swinging, but other teams just kind of enjoy giving up on them. I think you could, enjoy giving up on Florida State. Throw them in the same bin as Louisville. I like Virginia over Louisville at the Yum Center. Sweet Virginia. She never wears a dress. She sometimes miss. Meet Virginia. Isn't that what it is? Meet Virginia? Is that the song? Buffalo? Is that what it's called? Meet Virginia? That's a good song.
Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of him.
Okay. You stupid man.
Yeah, what else is new?
You lack taste and vision. Meet Virginia, it's actually by train. Wow. Name one train song Mitch can tolerate. We found it. It exists. I find those guys a little creepy. I'll send it over to you. See if it rings a bell. There you go. It's one train song Mitch can tolerate. Starts in 27 seconds into this video. Or 23 seconds. No. 15 seconds in. Starts.
I can't say I've ever heard this train song. Be Virginia.
It's one train song.
She
I can
never
tolerate.
compromises. What the?
It's not bad.
It's not bad, no.
It's not a bad little kitschy tune. Train loves to go for the kitschy.
Wow.
Hey, so
How's
how's it
that is
go?
a catchy little. Wow.
Yeah. Let's play a ukulele song.
Yeah.
Why not? I got a good idea. Break out the uke for this one. It's funny. I like banjo. I like ukulele. Just not train. Train probably has 30 songs you've heard of. can't stand 29 of them. 30 songs you hate. Ironically, all by Train. People like hate Coldplay, but I hate Train much more. It's like Coldplay. It's like, I mean, they've sold like 50 zillion albums. Someone's buying them, right? It's like
Someone's scooping them things out.
you listen to Coldplay. It's like
And it was
50,
all yellow.
it's like 50 million people. I mean, how many albums has Coldplay sold? How many albums has Coldplay sold? Coldplay has sold 100 million albums. Someone's buying something. The best-selling music acts of all time. 6th most awarded group in history. Has Coldplay ever had a number one hit? Yeah, I like Creed. I'm into it. Can't stand Train. Creepy. Except for Meet Virginia. I like that one. Because it fits our motif. We'll make the exception. Sorry, we've already reached our one Train song maximum for the show. For the year. It's like someone comes in they're like, yeah, it's kind of like that song, Tears from Jupiter. It's like, I'm sorry. We've already addressed Train on February 15th of this year. We acknowledged them with Meet Virginia for the Virginia-Louisville game at Louisville. I like this one. This is a good show. I'm enjoying it. Clemson, Florida State. I like Clemson. I already said that one. All right. Marquette against Xavier. East Carolina against Cincinnati. Loyola, Maryland versus Lafayette. Go to Hamilton and reference Lafayette and some Broadway shows, Chris. Got South Carolina Upstate. You do any Broadway? You do Broadway shows?
Nah, I do very little Broadway.
You don't do the one a year? You're not on the one a year plan?
Unfortunately, no.
When I lived in Chicago, I was on the one a year plan. One a year.
I'm sure my fiance would love for me to be, but yeah, no.
Yeah, you got to get on the once a year plan. Then you're good. Remember when we go, so I'll book them one. It's awesome. Or comedian, then you can start to mix in like a comedian.
Comedian, I'm okay with.
Yeah, Gaffigan or something.
Yeah,
someone clean. Chris Rock. It's like someone clean.
Last one I saw was Gabriel Iglesias. He's hilarious.
He's funny. I think Seinfeld was probably the last comedian I saw. I watched Bill Burr on TV. He's hilarious. He just kills me.
You didn't see Maniscalco?
I saw him.
Did you?
Hmm?
I'm saying Seinfeld was after him.
Probably. Oh no, it wasn't. I think I've seen Seinfeld the most. It's got to be the most, Seinfeld. Presbyterian versus High Point. The hose. The hose been getting hosed. No song for that one.
I don't know how many get those.
There probably is
In
a hose
different
song.
area code.
There probably is a hose song. It's probably hip hop. Gardner Webb versus Winthrop. Campbell versus Charleston Southern. VMI versus Chattanooga. The Mocs. Stop mocking me. Citadel versus Furman.
They didn't like me Googling hose songs because they gave me horse songs instead. They're like, here's a one trick pony. I was like, what?
Western Carolina versus East Tennessee. Wofford versus Mercer. Full price admission on that one, Chris. Got George Washington versus George Mason by George. I think we've got it. That would have to be George Michael. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee this year, or is he just nominated?
I haven't seen the nominee.
So
nominee
of that
list,
kind
so.
of music, right? Of that kind of music, George Michael,
Yeah.
I actually like. I know it's like way off for me, but I actually like his music. I think he's super talented.
Yeah.
Super talented. There's some great George Michael stories out there. Not those kind of stories, but I mean like some other like really like music stories about him. Guy's a genius. Clive Davis, he has like big record producer.
Yeah.
So George Michael was with Wham, and he ran into Clive Davis at like some award show in England. And, Wham was kind of just making their way, and he saw Clive Davis. He just walked right up to him. He said, it's like, he goes, I'm going solo. He goes, and my first song, I want to do a duet with one of your people. And Clive Davis is like, I thought he was going to say Whitney Houston, It's like, Aretha Franklin. Clive Davis says, this guy's genius. And you ever hear that song like with him and Aretha Franklin? It's like, oh my God.
No, I haven't.
It's
Not
awesome.
to mention, I got
It's
look.
freaking amazing. It's like Clive Davis is like, this guy's genius. So this is a smart guy. Holy Cross against Boston University, my alma mater. I can homer that one. A lot of good Boston songs out there. Also, multiple acid experiences there as well. Colgate versus Army. They're in the Navy, but they're not in the Army. Stetson against Florida Gulf Coast. I think in that one you could probably get away with any hat song whatsoever. Any song with hat. Men without hats.
Yep.
We can dance if we want to. You can leave yourself behind. If you don't dance, no friend of mine.
The amount of Eagles songs you could put with Florida Gulf Coast, too.
Yeah, it's true. In the long run, I would probably say there's going to be some heartache tonight in Stetson. When I watch those Stetson games on TV, the seating just looks so uncomfortable. It does. It's like they have the seats, and they went for like the full seats and everything, but just let's get it's like with the backs and everything. It's not like bench seating, but it's like it's got to be the most uncomfortable actual seats that I've seen in any arena. It's like, let's get seats, but let's get the cheapest ones possible. These are on discount, It's like they got them at Big Lots or something. It's like, oh, there's a reason they're on discount. It's like you walk out of it's like, whoa. They sell Advil at the door in the vending machine. Samford against Greensboro. Not to be confused with Bobby Goldsboro. Belmont versus Evansville. Stephen F. versus Tarleton. Sam Houston versus Texas Arlington. I would think country music could be appropriate for that one. Tulsa versus South Florida. Any Jimmy Buffett song, even though South Florida not really considered that South. All right. What do you think, Chris? Got any songs for us? Got your Iwapui anthem? We're not gonna take. We'll fight till we're free.
All I'm saying, you must be one twisted sister if you think I'm going to back Iwapui in that spot. But I'm going to take the under between Xavier Marquette. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think that's just too high, though. I think 161.5, just a bit too far gone. First meeting, I think it was 80-76. And like I said, it's still a high scoring game, but it didn't break the total. So I think we got something similar here. I'm going to take the under 161.5 in that one.
I think that's one where you got to just go to, straight rock bands that are from the Wisconsin area, because you're not going to find Marquette in a song. You're just not going to find it. And there's not a lot of rock bands that are from Wisconsin, so it's just not a real rock.
Could you go with the Eagles there? Because technically it's the Golden Eagles.
You could go Eagles. You could go Eagles.
Technically. So what I like here. The other one I like is George Mason in the pick'em on the road against George Washington. No, George Mason just 1-7 on the road.
So you're not going with the ass ponies for Xavier. Is that where we're going here?
What? I had a train of thought going, and I just heard ass ponies. And I kind of.
There's not a lot of Cincinnati bands either, but you do got the ass ponies.
Okay. My train just crashed into the side of a mountain just now. Just forget about going off the rails.
You know who's also from Cincinnati is 98 Degrees, Nick Lachey, but I don't know any of their songs. I don't know any of their songs. I couldn't tell you one. I was at a game they sang I was at a game they sang the national anthem, if that counts for anything.
I'm ashamed to say that I might know a couple of 98 Degrees songs.
Well, there you go. You're in business.
Oh boy, the fact that I just admitted that I need an Advil. I'm
Romanelli busted up your 8 pick. That wasn't you. It was Romanelli went 2 for 3 on his free picks. He works for Vegas.
No,
clearly.
It was Nick Lachey that busted up my parlay.
Nick Lachey, the other.
That's what we're going to start calling Cincinnati. We're going to start calling Xavier. We're going to be like, I'm going to go with the Lacheys in this one.
What's the younger Lachey? Like not Nick Lachey, but
Drew.
The one that nobody knows.
Drew.
Oh, you're the other Lachey. Isn't George Clooney from there too? Right? George Clooney's from Cincinnati. My wife's from Cincinnati. And so are the ass ponies.
Yeah, give me George Mason here.
Yes, give me the ass ponies.
Yeah. They're one and the same. They're completely interchangeable in this spot. No, George Washington getting taken to the woodshed defensively lately, giving up well over 80 points per game in their last 5. I think George Mason, both these teams are struggling, but George Mason's at least playing solid defense and only being outscored by 3 points per game in their last 5. So I think they get over the hump and get themselves a win here. So give me George Mason.
Right. Gotta have faith.
For me, I like USF against Tulsa here. You can probably do a South Florida song by
Jimmy Buffett.
What is that song? It's Our Florida Man by Blue Oyster Cult. You heard that one? Florida Man by Blue Oyster Cult. So we're going to go with USF. 38-18-1 ATS their last.
Some people claim
how many on the
that
road?
it's so
7-1 ATS this year on the road. And,
but he knows.
Tulsa at home has just been awful. 1-9-2 ATS.
Tulsa, Eric Clapton, Tulsa Time. That is the Tulsa song. Sorry, game over.
If you like Tulsa, yuck.
Game over. Well, Tulsa, they still get a song. Whether you like
They
it
still
or
get a
not.
song, yes.
Beats
Tulsa
that.
does
I
get
mean,
a song.
we broke out Train. All walls are down, you know?
I think there's a Rufus Wainwright song. I think it's called something about a fat guy and he's wearing a green shirt. And we both autographed it.
Hey.
I think it is. I think that's the lyrics in the song. I
Long,
think it's a
tall
Rufus
woman in a
Wainwright
black
shirt,
dress.
and it was called, and it was like tall. In
She
Tulsa.
was a long, tall
Me
woman.
and the fat guy with the green shirt that we both
Oh, I thought you said gray shirt. That's why I said, hey, wait a second.
Oh, no, green. It's a green shirt that they both wear.
I'm going back to the Chili Peppers. Waiting in line.
To see the show tonight and every light on.
Hello.
That's a
They're like the Chili Peppers. Anthony Kiedis just called. He's like, we prefer not to be referenced on the same show as Train.
It's like, that's what brought you here?
Didn't you do a Train song on the Virginia game? I'm going to go over there and kick your ass. It's like the pre-drug hack of Anthony Kiedis. It's like... Is that it?
That's it, yeah. That was a tough time slot. Nothing there.
I like Boston U against Holy Cross. I say Holy Cross is Holy Cross no more. I like Greensboro money line against Sanford. Take all the points you can get. I like Belmont against Evansville. Gonna lay the bundle. Dion and the Belmonts. Let's see what song we can do with that one. Sometimes you gotta reach, Chris.
Don't give me the runaround, Sue.
Could be runaround.
No, I'm telling you, it's runaround, Sue. Don't mess with me, my Dion and the Belmonts.
Dion and the Belmonts. Chris Ruffalo has bought the recording rights on Spotify.
I've got the catalog.
Heavy glow. Under the marquee, heavy glow. Illinois State against Murray State. You got any Murray State songs?
You do Anne Marie.
Bradley versus Missouri State. Mississippi State versus Kentucky. There, that should give us something to work with. Northwestern versus Indiana. Lot of John Cougar Mellencamp out there for the Indiana. We could do a whole show on just those. We'll use those Indiana songs for Ball State and other schools as well. Got a lot of Mellencamp. Love Mellencamp. Northern Iowa against Drake. Iowa State against TCU. William at least gets no songs. You can listen to that Stapleton national anthem again if he feels like it. Less than 2 minutes worth.
Has nothing to do with Texas, but we could just throw in Teenage Dirtbag for that one.
Texas A&M against Arkansas. UC Davis versus Cal State Northridge. St. Louis versus Davidson. Oh, man, Mississippi State against Kentucky. Mississippi Queen.
Yeah.
We could do that for Ole Miss also against Florida. Down around Vicksburg, around Louisiana. Mountain, right? Mountain. Which we could also use it for Mount St. Mary's. Multi-purpose. It's a tune that's timeless. Mississippi Queen. Grand Canyon versus the Vaqueros of UT. Rio Grande Valley. Cal Baptist versus Seattle. A lot of Seattle to work with, too. I think we'd have to go with Come As You Are there on that one. Or we could go with Feels Like Teen Spirit, right?
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Smells Like Teen Spirit, yeah. Go right into it. Just, end the
No
argument
apologies.
right then and there. That would be it. It's all over. Well, Come As You Are is also very good.
When they beat him up, they'll be issuing no apologies.
Turn this off. UC Riverside against Long Beach State. Cal Poly against Bakersfield. Oh, man, this Bakersfield song out there. San Diego versus Fullerton. Santa Barbara versus Irvine. Colorado State versus Boise State. Oh, man, we're really getting into it now. Fresno versus San Diego State. Washington versus Oregon. How many garbage Division I teams are in Illinois? Well, let's figure it out together.
Chicago State.
UIC.
UIC.
DePaul. Illinois, Chicago.
Ball State.
That's Indiana.
No, Indiana. Shit. I'm just going through the MAC, trying to Northern Illinois. No, they're not.
There's Western
no, they're not in
Illinois,
Chicago.
Western Illinois.
Yeah, Western Illinois. Yeah, the Leatherbacks.
Here you go. All the directional Illinois.
Rob will come back to that one. We'll beat it into the ground until March Madness begins. Today we bring in special guests. You throw out an Illinois garbage team for us. It's just something that we do. Any of these songs and any of these teams and a song to accompany them, Chris?
I don't know about the songs to accompany. I'm trying to rack my brain, but I'm thinking about Boise State here.
Well, that one you could just, since it's Boise, you could just pretty much go with anything blue, right? Because the blue turf.
Yeah, true enough.
You also go Bronco, which brings us back to I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. Wanted, dead or alive.
I had to go with Pony by Genuine at that point with Boise State. I don't know. Switch it up a little bit. No, I'm gonna go with Boise State.
Curveball. It's like me referencing a train song. No one saw it coming. It's
No one saw that coming.
It's like
We're off
in
in country.
It's like, he doesn't listen to Train. Where does he know that song?
We're off talking about country. We're talking about bluegrass, and I come in with burn, 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 burn. I'm gonna take Boise State there. Some people have been hearing the word trap game thrown out around about that game with Colorado State, but I think it's just we're getting a decent line with Boise State on the road. Colorado State, just not a good basketball team. Boise State finally healthy. They should be able to get the job done by at least 5 or 6 points in that one, if not more. So give me Boise State there. And going back up the card, I do like Northwestern at home against Indiana. It went from Northwestern being an underdog to a favorite. Now it's shifted back towards Indiana. I'm guessing their guys like Race Thompson are coming back into the lineup for this game, but I don't think it matters. I like Northwestern. Play solid defense at home. They've been playing their best basketball at home this season. And so I'm not all that fond of Indiana on the road. So I'll take Northwestern there. And I like the over 128.
Did you go with the sweet home Chicago there with Northwestern?
Oh, I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah.
I should have went with just like Chicago. I don't know.
You are the meaning to my life. You're the inspiration.
You're the inspiration.
Yes.
Well, they're the inspiration for one of the bets on my parlay, I think. But
I'm telling you what, I say this all the time. Every wedding I've been to that's the wedding song. Don't buy an expensive gift. It never lasts. I'm saying. inspiration's your wedding song. Might as well just call the. Might as well have invited the divorce lawyer there for dessert.
Babe, we got to come up with a new song for our first dance.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Go with
Are you going to sing
Clapton,
the song for
Wonderful
the first
Tonight,
dance,
like
or
a
are you going to
normal
come up with a
person.
new song?
Let's go with Clapton. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Wonderful
okay.
Tonight. There. So,
Good choice. Good choice.
yeah, why not?
No, but I don't want to cry during the first dance.
These kids are gonna make it. it's like I'm there with Carrie. It's like they play the first song. It's like, oh, it's the first song, first dance. It's like, oh, Wonderful Tonight with Clapton. These kids are gonna make it.
It's like you guys are at the wedding and we're doing the first dance, and I just see a lighter out of the corner of my eye in the far part of the room. And it's just Mitch standing up with the lighter. I love this part.
It's kind of like that into Loving, Touching, Squeezing. So appropriate.
Oh boy. The last one, I like the over between Kentucky and Mississippi State. That total's just too low. Kentucky scored into the 70s in their last 5. Mississippi State, they play solid defense at home, but there's going to be a new challenge taken on Kentucky and trying to stop Oscar Shibway in the middle. So give me the over between Kentucky and Mississippi State.
Well, you know what other band is from Chicago, Chris?
Who's that?
I didn't want to bring it up, but
Oh boy.
Styx.
Sticks. I was just gonna say.
Pretty much got a full library there to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll give Chicago State Renegade.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, crying, I'm so sad. No, my wife's like not cut off.
she pops her head in. Who sings that song? Sticks. Can we keep it that way, please? That's what my fiance always does to me. She goes, "Who sings that song?" Yeah, Backstreet Boys. Yeah, can we keep it that way?
Oh, mama.
And I just sit there sulking for half an hour after realizing what just happened to me.
For me, in this time slot, I agree. Take Northwestern. I think they win outright. I don't think
I agree.
whatever point
Sticks
they're going
should
to give
be
you.
left for Chicago State.
And for Indiana, you could go. I think there's a song called Indiana. Indiana wants me, Lord, I can't go back there.
I think Rod might be the worst singer of us three.
Oh, I am the worst singer. I'm not kidding.
I think he could be the worst of us.
I win the prizes for singing. I definitely not win prizes for singing. That's for sure. And the other one I like in this time spot, I like San Diego and the Aztecs here. Just playing the better ball. 7-1 ATS their last 8. When you look Fresno 3-9 ATS in their last 12. The road team 17-4 ATS in the last 21. I think you can walk like an Egyptian with San Diego State and the Aztecs. So I'm gonna walk like an Egyptian. Take San Diego.
What does Aztec and Egyptian have to do with each other?
It's
The Bengals are from San Diego?
Kind of same thing. It's like an Aztec. It's kind of like an Egyptian.
An Egyptian is not an Aztec. One is
Aztecs
What is
Mexican,
that?
isn't it?
Wait.
I get where he's kind of going with it, but old.
I don't know.
I
Prehistoric.
get.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what prehistoric. Yeah, it's Techosaur. I know where you were going with it. I think there was just a gap that I don't know. I'm trying to piece it together.
The two I like there.
Fresno is the only West Coast location ever mentioned in a Beastie Boys song. It's amazing. Who would have known? Unless we were playing this fun game. I like Kentucky. I'm going to go against the grain. Yeah, give me 12 All-Americans. I'll 10 points. I'll take it. There, you got me. The line moved. All the squares are on Kentucky. They're begging you. Beg me a little harder. It ain't going to take much. They will get us 12.5 points. Grand Canyon. What up, Peaches? Haven't done that enough this season, have we? What up, Peaches? What song is it you want to hear? Free Bird. I like Cal Baptist against Seattle. All right, you got a parlay for everyone, Chris? I've lost total train of thought today. I just don't even know what that was. I'm here, but I'm not really here.
I told you my train went off the rails and went into the side of a mountain a little while ago. So I'm trying to keep up here.
The train went off the tracks with Meet Virginia.
Yeah.
She never wears a dress. Sometimes always.
My parlay, I'm going to go with Boise State, Northwestern, and the under in Marquette Xavier.
Rod? I'll go with the Blackhawks. All those hockey ones that I gave out before. Blackhawks puck line, Rangers puck line. What was the other one? You know what? I'll just use the parlay builder at Pick Dogs. Best parlay. It's going to be... Take tennis out of there. All right, here it is. It's Rhode Island money line, Albany money line, Minnesota Wild minus -1.5, USC Upstate money line, and St. Bonnie's money line. $10 pays $3,064.20.
All right, we go San Diego State, lay the points, the Wild on the money line, and the over Atlanta and the Knicks.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a winning day.